Hello, Steve White, TrekBoy89 for Steve Arts 89. Well, I just watched Strange New Worlds Season 2, Episode 4, Among the Lotus Eaters. And there are a lot of issues with this episode, which are really representative of the issues with the season and the series overall, which I want to talk about because I just want to make a separate video about that because when I tried to do the review, it ended up being like 10 minutes because of all these other issues. But, I mean, Strange New Worlds really is failing on its potential and not delivering, and it's very frustrating. It was supposed to be Star Trek. It was supposed to be every episode was a new adventure, a new planet, a new strange new world. But they just keep regurgitating planets, scenes, characters that we've already seen in Star Trek before. This time it's Rigel 7. Now we saw Rigel 7 in The Cage, which they're kind of stuck on. But this time they totally change it. Now it's like an ice planet, and apparently everyone there is not able to maintain memories. There's something in the environment that stops people from retaining memory. And it's only the people who live in the castle, which is built out of an ore from an asteroid which crashed on the planet. Somehow they knew that that would protect them from the natural elements. So it makes no sense that people were able to evolve on this planet and evolve a culture and have that sort of, none of it makes any sense. And like I said, it makes the planet, the story, unrecognizable. It's not Rigel 7 that we recognize. And this is the problem. Like, we're 4 episodes into a 10-episode season, and we haven't seen any new planets or any new aliens or anything. We have 1 episode on Rigel 7 where they reinvent it and make it unrecognizable, just reusing the name. Essentially. Then last episode was a time travel episode where we spend the whole episode on planet Canada, basically shooting on location in Canada. And then the only thing we have done that had some merit was, I mean, we revisited the Klingons, and they basically had a plot to, start the war again to profit from it. But although we were only seeing the Klingons again and just revisiting the Klingons and doing nothing new, at least we got the original Klingons back, like the pre-Discovery, sort of post-Discovery Klingons. So that was kind of good, but that was still just the Klingons again, and we're just not getting anything new. We are just regurgitating the same stuff, and it's like they just refuse to give us Star Trek. They refuse to just go to a new planet we haven't seen before and create a new planet, a new race, a new alien, a new story, a new adventure that we haven't seen before. It's like they're either incapable of it or they just refuse to do it. And we have these other issues with the Federation where in this episode we see that apparently the female officer is being overlooked for promotions either because she's a female or because she's dating a male captain. So that is the reason why Pike breaks up with her, basically to spare her career or something. So basically nothing has improved in the last 200 years, and basically the Federation is discriminating against women in the workforce the same way, or the military the same way they do today. So nothing's changed, nothing's gotten better, and that's the sort of message that we get. There's nothing better in the future. It's just the same. We have the same problems, the same politics, the same issues with immigration and sexism and racism and everything, and nothing's changed except we just have more advanced technology. So the future Gene Roddenberry envisioned and gave us, a utopian future with evolved humanity and a better society and a government in Starfleet, it doesn't exist, and just everything's as bad as it is today, except we've got more technology. And it's just really frustrating because the show is just not delivering on its potential. Every episode should be a new planet, a new story, something we haven't seen before, nothing that contradicts what's already been established in canon, and something we can just enjoy as a new adventure. And we're not getting it. We're just getting things regurgitated, like the Gorn last season, the Balance of Terror episode. They just keep redoing things, which just makes it impossible for fans who are already familiar with what's established to watch the new rebooted version, because this is a reboot. The show is a reboot, and it should allow them to... I mean, I just don't understand how they can get this wrong. It's really simple. You avoid canon, you avoid established planets, environments, aliens, and just create new ones. But apparently these people aren't creative enough to actually create new stories and create new planets and create new aliens. They just have to reuse the same ones over and over again. It's just, the reboot should have allowed them to do everything differently, but they're still managing to mess it up. I just can't. So I've been talking for over 5 minutes. I'm just going to stop. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. It's just so disappointing. And also, technologically, the LED set is really obvious. You can really tell where the built set ends and the screen starts. And I find the old sets where they just painted the back of the studio wall more believable than the sort of round set they're on with the screen around the edge. It's not really working. There's a bit more flexibility with it, but it's just not believable. So I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I really hope by the end of the season we get... I'm trying so hard with this show, but every episode is disappointing. And like I said, I just hope we eventually get an episode of Star Trek out of a season of 10 episodes. But we're up to 4, and it doesn't look like we're going to get one. We haven't got one yet. We're almost halfway through. Yeah, I was trying to keep this to 5 minutes, but I couldn't do it. But yeah, I'm trying so hard. I'm giving it a chance, and it just keeps failing to deliver. And it seems so easy. And it's like they can't be this stupid. It's like they just don't want to give us Star Trek. They just don't want to do Star Trek. It just makes no sense.